Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our final game of the SCL Public Division lineups that we have today. RhynoYoungsters versus ForceGaming, because both SCL Esports and Martin's Rising, the two teams that we consider to be at the top of the SCL, are had forfeits. Dead team, and I think it was, who was it? Bastion de Pettis. Yeah, both of them decided they probably weren't going to play, and probably for good reason. So we've got RhynoYoungsters versus ForceGaming. RhynoYoungsters was a team, coming into the public leagues I was definitely looking at. Of course, for those of you who don't know, the RhynoGaming is one of the top teams in Portugal at the minute. I think they're currently ranked somewhere within the top 500 of the world at the minute. They're a good team, and their youngsters are definitely players where we've seen a few of them before. I know we've seen Mesky, I know we've seen Travis before. They're just kids that, love Counter-Strike, and there's not too much you can hate about that. ForceGaming, don't know too much about. However, I'm going to be excited to see this game. I'm always excited to see new young talent come up. A beautiful shot by Copeland, finding the head of Staken, sorry. As Mesky takes some damage before leaving off, as Travis looks to try and help out. Try to reel one in. Can't find anything, however. Mesky finds the head of Usman. Beautiful shot. Devi, he's got to do some work here. Finds one. Needs to find at least two. Can't. Bad boy gets rid of him. Bad boy, sorry, gets rid of Travis. Crappy gets rid of Dev. 1v2 at the minute, and Crappy can't get it done. As ForceGaming pick up too early. You love to see it, as AK's come in at the minute for the Colombians? No, that's not right. That's Colombian is not right. That's not the country. Hold up, I'm gonna find the country. I'm now wanting to find out this country. Is that Bolivia? I don't know. What's that flag? I'll work out the flag later, it's fine. As Mesky pushing through, finds the head of one. Bad boy and Straken find one apiece. Straken finds a second. Gets Straken, Usman, and single 24. Trading blows is single. Might be the single person left, and now it's no one else. There's 3 on the board for ForceGaming. I think that might be Bolivia. Oh no, you're testing my geographical knowledge here, chat. Testing my geographical knowledge. As still mid-control, the name and the aim of the game at the minute for ForceGaming. There's not really much to say about Mirage that we haven't said before. You want to win Mirage, you got to take mid-control, or you got to take your sights fast. As Chavez, beautiful shot to find Real there. First time we've seen RhynoYoungsters with a man advantage. Choke was volleyed out of the position, does find one. That's a good hold from him. 14 points of health. As a sight, triple stacked. Like one of my, those. You ever had like triple Big Macs at McDonald's? Did you guys ever have them? It's like a Big Mac is like technically 2 burgers. It's like add another one to that. It's like a bigger Big Mac. So it's like the biggest Mac, if you know what I mean. Travis, Coquin, 1 each. Usman finds 2 for the price of 1 as Travis gets rid of Usman. As RhynoYoungsters put their first up on the board. You love to see it. The Portuguese kids getting the job done. But yeah, as I was saying, right, you know how Big Mac's technically like 2 burgers stacked on top of each other? You can get like a triple Big Mac, right, which is like, well, here at least you could get a triple Big Mac, which was like an extra burger below the Big Mac, right, which makes it like 3 burgers technically, right? I don't even know the point I was making. Travis finds the early pick. Yeah. He finds a second as well. Travis on fire with the AWP at the moment. This Coquin, he's going to be the first to take contact off this push. Never mind, Single 24 decides he wants to take the contact. Usman down to 75 as Single hits the high 60s. Travis finds a third. Travis potentially a fourth, sees the gun, can't quite do anything about it. Real, he's going to continue to push, and Coquin will take the frag. Beautiful shot by Real to find Travis as well. I think that's understated how difficult it is to be jumping into window, swing, and then find a moving player. That's a beautiful shot as well. Just really well done by Real as Tech9's coming out for ForceGaming. As RhynoYoungsters continue to keep their streak alive at the minute. Aggressive push from Force. 3 coming out through Palace, 2 from main, and now it's left to 1 each. Real has the bomb in his hand. He's going to end up going down as it's all down the bad boy. Glock in hand, and 3 to find. Alu Orp, Ents Alu Orp, might I add. Orpers. Bad boy, only good for 1. Mesky gets the trade. Can't recover the AWP, however, but Crappy can drop one over. You don't mind that at all. You don't mind looking after that. As 3 to 3, Rhino. Yep, that's fine. We're here now. RhynoYoungsters. That doesn't sound. RhynoYoungsters. Yep. Alright. Oh, I'm having a stroke. RhynoYoungsters. Finally, catch up to ForceGaming. As mid control taken by Rhino, aggressive mid presence at the minute here from Crappy. Will drop off slightly, however. But definitely looks to be an early A-lane. Dev finds a early pick towards his B side here. Single, good for 1, spraying through the floor. Flash goes out. Real, full blind. Single, good for 2. That's an incredible play by him. Good for 2. Crappy gets the kill with the nade on Bad Boy. That's a really good play by Single there to find 2 in that position. He should have been 1 and done. Realistically, he should have been 1 and done. Someone should have thrown a molly in there. But yeah, that's a really good play by Single there to just stand his ground while getting sprayed at, swing out, still, give himself a flash, and take off the head of, I think it was Real. But yeah, Dev goes down. RhynoYoungsters put up 4. I said it right that time. Jesus. Actually, I've got to edit the title as well. As a timeout comes, beautifully timed. Thank you so much. So chat, what do we think? What are we thinking in terms of score prediction at the moment? Personally, I don't know who's going to win this one. I'm just as intrigued as all of you are. But yeah, I know it's going to be a good game purely because, Rhino, they haven't disappointed me yet. Haven't disappointed me yet, but they haven't impressed me either. So, Real having crack at someone here. I think Bolivian. I think that's Bolivian. But yeah. As Deagle's come out for ForceGaming. They look to continue their dominance over the A side. Beautiful shot from Bad Boy to find the head of Colquhoun. Beautiful shot. As Streakin ends up falling, Single goes down as well. Bad Boy continues his reign of tetchery. Travis traded. Only 1 and done from that position at the minute. Crappy, he's going to want to see if he can at least push and start to help out his teammates here. Mesky at the minute. from Firebox. Mesky gets one. Hops on the bomb. Does have a kit. Is he going to stick it? He's going to stick it. Real. Takes on Crappy. Bomb will get defused, however, as Dev will go down after time. I think Force just miscommunicated there. Not quite sure if he was sticking. I don't know if Real actually heard the bomb defusal. I don't quite know. Because, yeah, it's definitely interesting that no one really reacted to it. But, yeah, it's definitely interesting. As Mesky gets the early pick for RhynoYoungsters, giving them the advantage. Streakin gives it back, and Bad Boy makes it more. Bad Boy's on fire at the minute for Force. Bad Boy and Mesky, they're two guys at the minute I really don't want to come across in the server. As Colquhoun. Tick, I think the tick. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. As Bad Boy gets another. I think it's 120. I'm not quite sure. I think it's 128. I gotta check. I'll check for you if you want. 2v2 at the minute. Crappy and single. Well, 2v1 now. Crappy gets streaking on a, well, Crappy peak. No, it's not a Crappy peak. I'm joking. As Dev by himself does have the bomb on his back. He's going to commit to this A side here. Crappy hears that smoke pop and he's going to go the long way around. Oh, single. Does he look to contest the bomb plant? No, he doesn't. Allows the bomb to go down. It looks like both Crappy and Single are going to go after Devi together. Comms have to be so tight here for it to work, as Dev, he's going to need a quick scope here to get rid of Crappy. As doesn't matter anyway, Crappy finds the head, and Crappy gets the defuse. I think the servers are 128. I will check for you, Gino, if you want. I will check, however, I wouldn't be surprised if they were 64. RhynoYoungsters 6 on the trot for this group here. Definitely taking charge of this game at the minute after, well, I'm not going to say a shaky start, after what seemed to be definitely a subpar start, losing pistol second and third. However, that's expected as RhynoYoungsters win the next 6 back and have enough cash to splash to last them a little while. Crappy on 6k, Mesky on nearly 6k, whereas the Force boys barely being able to scrounge nearly 4k together. Yeah, 128. Thought so. There's a bit of B aggression, never hurt anybody, as some would say. Single gets rid of Dev, although will be traded. This massive hole in mid here is going to cause the youngsters just a little bit of panic. However, ForceGaming come in, nearly fumble the bag. 2v3 at the moment here. Beautiful shutdown from Colquhoun to stop that A attack. He was the last line of defense and only had one to get rid of and did it. It was beautiful from that. Beautiful from him. As Real not having too fun of a time from what it looks like. I have no idea. Only time I see people typing in chats when they're angry at something. That's normally the rule I go by. As B site looks to be where the plan is at. Pretty much an immediate retake. Nothing whatsoever for these ForceGaming boys to set up. Azumaz can only get the one. As Mesky gets that defuse. RhynoYoungsters put up 7. One round away from winning this half, youngsters, as they're going to look to continue to pile on the lead at the minute. Heavy mid aggression here from Force. More spread delayed aggression here for the youngsters at the moment. As single aggressing up connector will find real through the haze of a smoke. Molly's Travers, he's going to be burning down to 17 points of health, although he does get the frag, so it kind of works out. Kind of was worth. Nade goes straight past Drake and nearly takes his head. As Sharpie calls for a pause. I think Sharpie's the coach of the youngsters at the minute. If memory serves me right. As Force looking to change their point of attack just a little bit, looking like it's going to be a bit of a B execute. 30 seconds left on the clock. As the youngsters still holding firm. Crappy goes for a push, does find the early frag on Bad Boy. Jesus. 2 on 4 at the minute as they continue to push up short. Travers falls early. Crappy finds one. Crappy, can he find his second? 19 points of health. He's eventually going to go down, but Cavalry has arrived to avenge his death streak and picks up an AWP for his troubles. 3k for him at the moment. Loses the AWP the very last second. RhynoYoungsters does enough. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. To stop the plant, stop the save. You love to see it. If memory serves me right, Sharpie is the coach. Yep, Sharpie is the coach of the RhynoYoungsters who came in with that tack. You love to see it. As an unpause comes in. 5 seconds to go until we get into round number 12. We're going to be able to see RhynoYoungsters. What did they change up after the tack? Maybe they changed up something. Maybe they just needed to calm down the boys a little bit. Maybe just getting a little bit hot, flustered. Maybe screaming nice too much. As Usman comes in, finds an early frag. Immediately traded by single. Beautiful shot through the smoke to find the head of Streakin. There's retake City. What Rhino's looking for. Beautiful shot from Devi to find the head of Tavez with that deagle. 3v4 at the minute, of course, all the guns in the RhynoYoungsters' favour. Devi taken, Crappy continuing to go. This nade's going to do so much damage at the minute. Crappy, he's got to find both, and he does. Beautiful as Mesky gets the defuse. RhynoYoungsters put up 9. You love to see it. Beautifully, beautifully, beautifully done. Beautiful retake there from the youngsters. ForceGaming, not really much they can do about it. They were outgunned, they were outmanned. Of course, back in old days, I'm saying old days, I'm talking like civil war kind of crap. Be outgunned, outmanned, and tactics normally prevailed. But in that situation, tactics were near perfect as Mesky finds an easy pick. Dev gets the trade, as it's still the one-man advantage for the RhynoYoungsters at the minute. Mesky nade it down to 60. He's still going to look to see if he can take a fight. And he will. Dev loses his life after an extremely aggressive peak. Streakin down to 14 points of health, although does get the body to drop. Does get a body to drop, my apologies. As the RhynoYoungsters still looking to, you know, dominate. Still put the face of the grindstone of the RhynoYoungsters at the minute. 45 seconds left as ForceGaming start to make their entry onto this A site. RhynoYoungsters, have they considered it yet? Maybe, kind of, sorta. Wouldn't surprise me if they did. That footstep should have been heard. Mesky waiting for this clock to tick down. 20 seconds left as Mesky spots one. Beautiful by Crappy J to find two. Beautiful spray transferring one straight through the box. You love to see it for the youngsters. 10 on the board for them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for the RhynoYoungsters as they look to continue to dominate. Of course, do ForceGaming at least get one more on the board? You know, we saw in the endangered Glitch Tech game, the cursed 11-4. You hate to see it. Hate to see what happened in that game, but you know, maybe ForceGaming, you know, they need to find at least one more. As Travez finds the early peak on Usman. Molly goes down. As Mesky, he's going to be one here who's going to try to take the fight short. Finds the head, tag streaking down. As this bomb looks to be still up in top mid, still holding on to this mid control force at the minute. And they've sent a lurker towards this A main position, seeing if you can find just a little bit of information as real. Finds Travez, Coquin gets a trade back pretty much immediately on Stroken. Blow for blow at the minute here. Blow for blow counter strike as Colquhoun finds Bad Boy once more. Real and Devi all by themselves. And, slowly just popping heads as Mesky leaves Devi by himself. He walks straight to the crosshair, a single as the RhynoYoungsters put up 11 as we head into round number 15. It's just domination. It's just domination. There's not much else I can really say about it. It's just brutalized and just brutalized domination. There isn't much else I can really say about it. Single, spraying through the smoke, finds one tag, Bad Boy down to 3 points of health. Travez looking to take the fight, won't be able to get anything from it, however Crappy gets one, streaking. Does take down Travez. Mesky gets the redemption on Streakers. Devi all by himself as that's the end of the half. 12-3. RhynoYoungsters, domination. Oh, it's brutal. It is brutal. Good halves all around in chat. As Force have a lot of work to do at the minute, boys. And they're on, CT side Mirage. There isn't much you can do. RhynoYoungsters look to have this one in the bag. Look to put this in a duffel bag and just walk out the gym. The youngsters just overpowering Force at the minute. Definitely looking at mid control as one of the aims this RhynoYoungsters unit. Definitely going to split it towards A, having Crappy be the A main sort of main guy. Streaking, being able to find two. Beautiful from that young man. Can he find a third? He's going to tap for heads. Can't find anything. Bad Boy finds one elsewhere. Bad Boy eventually loses his life to Streaking. Good enough for a third. Is he good enough for a fourth? Don't quite know, but it's all down to Crappy J. Let's hope he's not crap at Devi. Gets rid of him and puts him out of the equation as Force win a second pistol. And they put up number 4. You love to see it as a timeout gets called for Force. Maybe Bad Boy not happy, or maybe Bad Boy saw something during that pistol. Of course, RhynoYoungsters eager to get back into the games. Of course, after this one we have our SCL Cash Cup. Of course, 16 teams. Should be a few good games. Definitely gonna have some fun after this one. Don't worry about that. That starts in about half an hour. yeah, but that'll be interesting. Make sure you stay tuned for that. If we finish a little bit early, it gives you time to sort out your Uber Eats. You know, if you want to Uber Eats some of your food from, you know, Macca's or something. I don't know. What do European people eat? Gifting a sub at Force win. Yeah, it's probably fair. Watch them have the comeback of a lifetime. Smokes go out on towards his A side. Our rotation's called. Mesky pushing through. ForceGaming best. Bad boy. Good for one and only one as Colquhoun gets rid of him. Usman will find one. Usman. Come back with a strong team. Not playing with Appleboy anymore. Well, who's your team, Math? Math, who'd you sign with? Is it ForceGaming? If it is, I'll keep an eye out for them. ForceGaming. Beautiful nade. Oh, nade's a little too deep. Usman, good for two, not good for a third. However, Rel, good for two and a third. Rel shows up Usman with a 3k. You love to see it. But Force, put up 6. RhynoYoungsters starting to slip up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Colquhoun finds an early frag. Rel first to fall, although it does take Colquhoun down to 90 points of health. Although this push here, it's going to be brutal for Bad Boy. Does he catch the rotate? He's going to want to at least find one here. Finds one. Can he find a second? Does he know that they're here? Only good for one. Does get all the information though when those rotates start to come in. 29 seconds left on the clock. Colquhoun continuing to hold mid. Good for one. Usman at triple. He needs to find two here. Can only get one. Crappy gets rid of him. Dev spotted. Firing shots. Takes down Colquhoun. Bomb eventually goes down. RhynoYoungsters looking for a 13th in this game. As Devi looks to save. And that's probably the right call. Devi losing his life just before that bomb goes off. You hate to see it, but he did make the play to try and get an exit frag and couldn't get anything. I think that's the expression we use. He tried to find it. Well, let's just say he went fishing in a puddle. He went fishing in a puddle. I think that's the best saying I can use. Fishing in a puddle, that's one of the stronger ones I've got in my arsenal, actually. The Rhino definitely considering this mid push, and they do find Devi. He ends up going down, and the early man advantage goes towards RhynoYoungsters. A minute 30 in, you're going to see exactly what they're thinking of doing. He pushes the smoke of Lisbon. They end up having the fight. Colquhoun ducking below the bullets, ends up getting the frag. Crappy Joe jumping and spinning and twisting and turning, ends up doing enough, and it's a 5v2 at the minute. RhynoYoungsters looking to put up number 14, although the only person to really combat it, Bad Boy, the man who's really been a thorn in the side of this RhynoYoungsters outfit at the minute. Bad Boy loses his head. Beautiful shot from single. As Streakin finds one, gets an AK for his troubles, nearly loses his life, although Crappy ready for him. He ends up losing his life as the RhynoYoungsters have their economy in spirals, but they're going to continue to hunt. Terrorists win. It's Streakin finds one, isn't hunted further. Streakin did enough there. Streakin did enough there. That's all you can really ask of him. Saves over an AK. The Eagles bought around it, as Bad Boy already down to 40 points of health early. Maybe some ForceGaming players forgetting that this isn't Face It, of course. Let's face it. SCL's pretty good. SCL's a lot better than Face It. See what I did there? Let's face it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be here all week. That's alright. That's yeah, you know what? Yeah. Colquhoun on fire again. Entry after entry for that young man. Crappy finds the frag on Bad Boy. Once again, just controlling mid. Any peeks to damage the control of mid, just instantly taken out. There's Devi, full blind as RhynoYoungsters determined to put up 15. Devi finds 2 for the price of 1. As he tries to contest B. 2-on-2 at the minute. Devi's kept ForceGaming in this. Devi loses his life to make it a 2-on-1. Usman, he's got some work to do at the minute. Let's see, does he have what it takes? Not at all. Never mind. As RhynoYoungsters put up 15. ForceGaming trying to prevent match point at the minute. However, there is a long, long, long way to go if they want to prevent that. So I think Usman just left the server. As the RhynoYoungsters push their way towards a victory. You love to see it, the Portuguese team getting on track.